This is my starting point for today's walk. We're going to go round to the west of Cormery in a big loop and come back into the old medieval town. It's a lovely sunny day and Marlowe's over there waiting for me. What have you seen, Marlowe? I thought I saw something over there, something worth chasing, but I don't know. Anyway, can't I just look without being quizzed all the time? Oh dear. Warning. Attention, tir à balle. Warning, shooting with bullets. Il est gentil.
Hein?
Il est gentil.
Ouais, la mienne aussi, elle,
D'accord.
je la fais courir un petit peu, puis voilà.
Oui, c'est beau là. Vous avez bien fait de mettre les bottes. Moi, j'avais pas pensé.
Ouais, il y a de l'eau de partout en ce moment, ouais. C'est mouillé. Hein.
Oui.
Ouais, c'est mouillé. Ouais, bah bonne balade.
Vous aussi, au revoir. Well, this video is about Marlowe in motion. When I watch him out here in the country, he looks like a little horse sometimes, and like a horse he has four modes of locomotion: walking, trotting, cantering and galloping. The trotting is his most common way. If you watch films about wolves, they're always trotting, and a wolf can trot 100 miles in one day. Cantering when he's interested in something on the horizon, and galloping when he's definitely seen something like a rabbit or a deer and he wants to catch it, though never succeeds. Here he comes. The person who studied animal motion was famously Edward Muybridge, a Victorian Englishman. Muybridge emigrated to America to be a bookseller. While he was in America, he had a stagecoach accident which injured his head. He came back to England to convalesce, and in England he took up photography, it was the dawn of photography in those days, and he made various contributions to the science of photography. He went back to America and produced some very large pictures of Yukon, which became famous and brought him money and celebrity. But the breakthrough, the thing he's remembered for, came when a man, I think it was a former governor of California, had been having bets with his friends about racing horses. The question was, do racing horses' feet leave the ground? Is there ever a point at which all 4 feet are off the ground, or is there always 1 foot, at least 1 foot, on the ground? Now, traditionally in paintings, in sculpture of course as well, a horse always has at least 1 foot on the ground, even a painting of a galloping horse. But Muybridge found out how to how to test this, how to see if it was true. He set up a whole row of glass plate cameras, and each one that had a shutter that was triggered by a thread which a racing horse with a jockey broke as it went through. Well, let's look at the little film that Muybridge made of a galloping horse, and after that a film I found of a running dog. We can see that Muybridge proved that a running dog and a running horse, running fast, galloping, at a certain point they're flying. All 4 feet are off the ground. So there we have it. I said to begin with that Marlowe running reminded me of a little horse. Yes, there is a comparison to be made. However, physiologically, a horse has a very rigid spine and a big belly full of hay, whereas a dog like Marlowe has a very flexible spine, and this allows him, this and his feet, which are very sensitive to the earth, allows him to turn sharply in different directions. And we can all see this in films of dogs like Marlowe, sheepdogs, herding sheep. They're obliged to change direction constantly to make sure the sheep are channeled into a particular field or wherever. Here's an example. Well, one little biographical detail about Edward Muybridge to finish with. He was married and his wife had an affair with a man. Muybridge confronted the man and he said, "Here is the answer to the letter you sent my wife," upon which he drew a pistol and shot the man dead. He was tried and released, because the jury decided it was justifiable murder. His wife had a child, a boy, and Muybridge remained convinced that this boy was not his son, but the son of his wife's lover. And though he provided for the boy for the rest of his life, he had nothing to do with him. Now today, people looking at photographs of Muybridge's son say, well, I'm sorry, but it looks like him. It probably was his natural son. On that point, I'm going to shut up because Marlowe is waiting for me, very impatient, well, very patiently actually, and we must get on with this walk. Trotting, standing still, waiting for Vlad. Come on, put that camera down for God's sake. Curious little postal scooter. I've never seen one like that before. Cormery is known for its macarons, which are circular in shape with a hole in the middle. And a little goat. Discarded item number 1, a broken lump of zinc. Discarded items number 2, a selection of crushed plastic water bottles.